Good day, everyone. Welcome to Nizaluti. Welcome to another epic episode. I'm your host, Osabelo Gazuma Umshuluzi, and I say you're welcome to join me. So today, I want us to talk about this interesting character, Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya. So Shadrack Sibiya was supposed to be summoned for this week with together Julius Mkhwanazi and suspended minister Senzo Mchunu. So these three were supposed to make it to the Madlanga Commission to appear, but the two were only available. One of them, which is General Shadrack Sibiya, reported that he is not feeling well. He is ill. There's some illness that has just drawn him. So very interesting, because this comes at a very critical time whereby he's needed there, because he's in the center stage, right in the center stage of this entire drama, but seems like he's not availing himself until 2026. So I want us to talk about that and what happens to Kati Molefe. Kati Molefe's bodyguards were arrested outside Alexandra Court. As the case was moving inside, the police were busy making some arrests outside without him knowing what was happening. So today, those will be our point of discussion. Please join us. Don't forget that you can support us by pressing the subscribe button. Remember, it is free of charge. You don't pay anything. So let's start here. Molefe is believed to be central orchestrator of murders of Opa, DJ Sambodi Sifoka, and his two guards, Sandile Mieza and Sibusiso Mukwena, in Woodmead 2022. These were gunned down. Don Titledi was killed alongside the N1 highway in Johannesburg in 2023. Hector DJ Vintus Buthelezi was killed before Sifuka. So these are the charges which Kati Molefe is facing. Molefe's co-accused hitmen Michael Puletau, Floyd Diego Mabusela, and Musa Kekana. Molefe is out on a combined 500,000 bail, and a matter has been moved to the Gauteng High Court, where trial is set to begin on the 5th of February 2026. While the Alexandra Court was in session, the police were busy arresting his bodyguards outside court on Wednesday. The two bodyguards arrived at the Alexandra Magistrate Court without carrying the necessary documentation for high-powered weapons or the vehicles that they were traveling in. An expired license disc and the VIN number did not correspond with the license plates. So the police now began to question them about the illegal firearms they were found to be carrying. The two semi-automatic aka rifles and ammo without a valid permit. Just imagine Kati Molefe is so careless. He knows that he's charged. He knows that the police are just tailing him, but he comes and makes this reckless mistake. But according to him, this is not a mistake, because he's used to this costume. He's used to this treatment, to use illegal cars, to use illegal firearms. Look at now, the police have just arrested his own bodyguards. By his surprise, when he came outside court, the bodyguards were not there. I'm sure someone went to him and communicated with him to say that, hey, outside things are hectic, things are not going well, your bodyguards are just being arrested, they are no longer there. And when he went outside,
Mr. Molefe, how are you feeling?
Fine, how are you?
Are you confident about your case, that you're innocent?
Yes.
Do you think the state has a strong case against you?
Nope.
Why do you say so?
For now, I wouldn't like to comment.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll talk to you some other time.
is that video that I inserted where you saw him now walking outside now to his other car, because the bodyguard now, his VIP protection was no longer there. The bodyguards were transporting Kati Molefe, just adding more charges for himself, because now he'll be questioned to say that these cars were registered under you and they did not correspond. The license disc and the plate numbers were not one, right? That is a criminal offense. Number two, the weapons that these bodyguards were carrying were also illegal, and now they've been confiscated, and the police are doing some investigations on them of checking who did they kill. If more murders they appear, it means Kati Molefe will be added when it comes to the charges. A lot of South Africans, they were even furious concerning his bail application of $500,000, to say that how is it that he was granted this bail, because the man has been accused of the lot of things. On the other hand, suspended Deputy Police Chief Shadrack Sibiya calls in sick, delaying the Madlanga Commission testimony amid serious corruption allegations. Last minute twist at the Madlanga Commission. The commission was set to hear Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya this week, but his testimony will shift for 2026. Sibiya's absence now has created this void that is happening there, because remember, he's in the center stage of the drama. As the inquiry wraps up its final hearings in Pretoria, Sibiya's absence leaves key questions unanswered. Remember, he's in the center of the drama. He's linked with all the big five and others, right? In terms of wanting to disband the PKT team, the man is in the center of the controversy, because it was reported, you see, that he was influenced by Kunu, who was influenced by Kati Ma. So the commission spokesperson Jeremy Michaels confirmed the reports that Sibiya was served with a subpoena, informed the inquiry on 3 December 2025 that he was unwell and unable to testify. As planned for Thursday, 4 December, he has called in sick. This is so unbelievable. This is a delaying technique simply from the side of Shadrack Sibiya and his team. This is not the first time whereby he did report to be sick. It means every time when the commission calls him to come, he just makes this excuse of saying that he's sick, he's sick, he's sick again. Just imagine, he came once. Until now it's going to be the end and is not coming. His team now are promising to say that he'll be coming in 2026. Seems like they don't want Sibiya to eat his December bothered. They just want the man to relax and just to be free like that. So very interesting. Seems like the Madlanga Commission will have to take now serious steps about Shadrack Sibiya, because he's now playing everyone to be a fool, right? He thinks that he's clever in making this delaying technique, and so far it is working for him. But this thing, one day it will backfire, I'm telling you. Sibiya has been notified under Rule 3 of serious allegations against him. His team has set a new date for him, right? So Sibiya is the middleman. Let us remember that. He's also linked with Kati Molefe, Kati Ma, Brown Mokgotsi, Senzo Mchunu, and Julius Mkhwanazi. All of them mentioned conspired to disband the PKT unit, which we know that it was Senzo Mchunu that met with Kati Ma, and Kati Ma, because of how the PKT team attended to him, attacked him, invaded his house.
I think it was around between 4 and 5 in the afternoon. So I was sitting in the main bedroom with my wife, and then we just heard a kid screaming in the house. So I wanted to go to check what is happening, and I saw some guys wearing balaclavas holding assault rifles approaching towards the main bedroom where I was with my wife. And then when they got into the house, they said, inside the main bedroom, they said we must lie down. Myself, I must lie down on the floor. And while I was lying down, I saw also the kids, they made the kids also to lie down and push their hands behind their head. And then they started asking me questions that how many people are in the house, and I explained people who are in the house, and they asked me if they found someone beside the people that I just mentioned. I said, no, it's only these people that I know. And then some of them, they were busy searching, I assume. And then they came back and then they said, okay, they took my cell phones and then they took my cell phones and then they start asking me questions. They're saying to me, where is Jerry? I said, I don't know also, I just heard that he's been kidnapped. And then they said also...
Did they tell you that was the reason why they were there? They were searching or looking for Jerry?
Yes, they mentioned Jerry, yes. And then after that, they start asking me about police. Who do I know in the police force? And I said to them, I know quite a lot of police because I've got a contract with these people. So I've got most of their contact details because we had to call them to arrange to do medical assessment. And then they said, do you specifically know General Sibiya? And then I said, yes, I know him because I met him. And then they said, no, besides what you're telling us, have you met him in your personal capacity? And I said, no, I don't know him in that way. And they also asked me if I know General Khan and Minister Mkhulu. And then actually they took very, very long asking me about these police officials. And then after a while, it was very late, I think. They said, okay, we're taking, at the gate, there is guards there, 2 guards at the gate. So they took their weapons. It's a handgun and 2 handguns and 2 rifles. And they also took my personal firearm, and they took my watches, my cell phones, and then they said, okay, they're going to confiscate my weapons, and they'll also come to my office to confiscate the weapons from my office. I said, what was the reason for that? They're saying the safe that you have is not mounted. So that is the reason that we're taking these firearms. So, okay, I said, it's fine. If you're doing that, give me something to show that you were here and then you confiscated my property. They said, no, the way we are taking your properties, the way we'll bring them back. But I said, okay, you're taking my cell phones, my laptop, my watches, my firearms, and then you're not giving me something to show that I can claim these things. And then they just left me like that.
When he was arrested, it was the same thing that happened to Kati Molefe, how he was invaded. So they didn't like now this PKTT because it was now coming to disturb their network of working. They used now the minister Senzo Mkhunu to say disband this PKTT because it is disturbing our network. So we know that Senzo Mkhunu, as he was urged by Vusmuzi, Kat Madlanga and the likes of Kati Molefe, he now communicated this to the middleman, Shadrack Sibiya, the same Sibiya who doesn't want now to come to the commission to testify. Sibiya now is bringing this commission to stand still. It's coming with problems. They will need to take legal actions against him, especially the Madlanga Commission, and it won't be nice. It won't be nice because he's now playing everyone to be a fool. He thinks that he's clever, he will maneuver and duck, dodge, and not come there to testify. He was supposed to be mumbling and babbling together with Julius Mkhwanazi there. We expected Sibiya and Mkhwanazi to follow each other and Senzo Mkhunu and give their side of the story, not to protect some criminals. What do you think about this delaying technique that the whole Lieutenant General Shadrack Sibiya is doing? Even now what he's doing, it is committing a crime. Because now he wants to shield himself and not come to the Madlanga Commission to testify. Not knowing that there's still parliament, there's still other committee that will call for him. We're going to see what he's going to say. What is another delaying technique he will use when he's been called by parliament? What's your view in all of this? Please leave your comment on the section below. And don't forget that you can subscribe to this political YouTube channel. And we will meet on the next video. And I'm out.